It is Monday, April 29th, 2024. This is your midday edition of Top Stories. I am Dana Malcolm. Coming up after this, it is the news that matters most.
Flow Road to Home is life made simple. One affordable plan that gives you internet at home and mobile on the go. Constant connection anywhere and everywhere, wherever your plans may take you. Switch today and get double the data on your mobile with 80 gigs, plus unlimited WhatsApp and YouTube, and 100 megabytes per second internet speed. Flow Road to Home Internet and Mobile Plan, your non-stop connection.
Another American, this time at the Turks and Caicos' cruise ports, has been caught with ammunition. 31-year-old Tyler Scott Wenrich from Virginia was held in Grand Turk on April 23rd and brought to court on April 24th after being found with 2 bullets while going through a security checkpoint. He is now in custody and will remain there until June 7th for his sufficiency hearing, having not applied for bail. He is one of 4 Americans currently facing charges on firearm matters in the Turks and Caicos. Gilbert Selver, an embattled TCI businessman, is once again drawing attention, having released photos posing in a casket over the weekend. Back in the country after a court of appeal ruling stripped him of land and buildings he developed on it, Selver attached a message to the photos.
I got greater plans for what you see. Huh? That casket is just for when my body is tired and when I lay down I have a place to sleep permanently. That's not to intimidate or threaten nobody. I just showing you. I don't fear death because it has to come to you.
The businessman has found sympathy with many residents who are calling on the government to negotiate with him for the land titles rather than strip him of them. Magnetic Media is your news leader. Coming up, what illness you should look out for.
TCI Informal Settlements Unit frequently asked questions. What is the TCI Informal Settlements Unit? The Turks and Caicos Islands Informal Settlements Unit, ISU, is a government organization tasked with finding solutions to the growing challenges experienced within and by informal settlements across the Turks and Caicos Islands. For more information, call the Informal Settlements Unit 344-0478 or visit their website www.isutci.com and follow on social media at ISUTCI.
Some schools in Grand Turk and Providenciales are experiencing rising chickenpox cases, according to the Ministry of Health and Human Services, prompting a public advisory. The MOHHS says it's working to prevent further spread of the highly contagious infection, characterized by a distinctive rash of itchy red spots or blisters. Transmission of chickenpox occurs via direct contact with respiratory secretions. Varicella, which causes chickenpox, tends to be more severe in adults and may be fatal, especially in neonates and immunocompromised persons. It means sick children with symptoms including rashes, fever, fatigue, and loss of appetite should be kept away from immunocompromised people and pregnant women. That advice coming from the Ministry of Health. Residents are anxious to hear the sentencing of 29-year-old ambulance driver Terrell Joseph, described by many as an upstanding citizen following his guilty plea to possession of 4 rounds of ammunition at the Supreme Court. Joseph's counsel, Laura Maruv-Mizik, is expecting to argue for exceptional circumstances in an attempt to get a significantly reduced sentence for the 4 rounds alone, as the former firearm charges have been dropped. This is because the firearm he allegedly possessed was somewhat defective, and Joseph reportedly knew that. Expected to factor into the case is the young man's otherwise clean record. This could be the first local to be sentenced since the Court of Appeal's decision and direction on the law and the firearm ordinance, which mandates jail time. The power of attraction. Magnetic Media.
The National Health Insurance Plan has over 37,000 contributors.
That's 37,000 of us working together to take care of one another.
Your contribution ensures my wife and unborn child gets the prenatal care they deserve.
Your contribution helps me to afford my medication.
Your contribution has helped my loved one receive treatment during their untimely emergency.
Your contribution gives my family peace of mind. So thank you
for your contribution.
This message has been brought to you by the National Health Insurance Board, building a healthy nation, one person at a time.
An injured Chunco Seymour and his son Shaquem Seymour appeared in court last week. The elder Seymour, who is still suffering the effects of a serious accident, was in to answer on charges of conspiracy to supply a firearm and ammunition. Both were nabbed on suspicion of being part of a supply ring earlier this year, following a cell phone seizure that allegedly implicated them. Shaquem, however, who is already on remand for a shooting, was without his lawyer, Finbar Grant, without explanation, and could therefore not be arraigned on these new conspiracy charges. In light of her contribution to the country during the COVID-19 pandemic, Permanent Secretary Desiree Lewis has been awarded the Order of the British Empire. An OBE is awarded to individuals who have made major contributions at a local level or whose work has gained national profile. Her investiture ceremony was held at Buckingham Palace last week, according to Delaney Daniel Selvaratnam, TCI governor. Lewis was awarded her OBE in the 2023 King's New Year's Honors. That is it for this edition of the news. Thank you for joining us. Top Stories in 5 is a Magnetic Media production.